This video contains spoilers for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So, I don't normally watch movies. Games are the superior form of media anyway, so I'd rather just spend my time playing those instead of going out to see movies. But you put that funny Italian in front of my face and you get my money once again, Nintendo. My life truly is like a video game. My review of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, it's fucking incredible if you're a Mario fan. If you're not a Mario fan, it's very lackluster in terms of plot, but again, it's a kids movie. What are you really going to expect from that? And yeah, kids movies can tell great stories. Look at the Shrek series, not you. But then again, Mario has never been known for its plot, has it? Still, it's no excuse. The plot is very lackluster. It follows the simple 3-act kids movie structure, but you know what? That's okay. If you're not a Mario fan, you probably won't like this movie, and that's okay. But I am a Mario fan, and I had a lot of fun with this movie. So in this video, I'm going to break it down bit by bit, go through the whole movie, and give my thoughts on every little piece. Because I fucking took notes. I was in that movie theater on my phone taking notes. Now, of course, I can't show footage from the movie, so I'm going to do the next best thing. Smash Bros. Machinima. Let's start with something simple, the animation and character designs. I think the animation for this movie is really good. I love the designs for all the characters, aside from Kamek and Cranky, they massacred them. The designs for the Bros, Toad, and especially Peach were amazing, while the designs for DK and Bowser were okay, but not incredible. They were just a bit too goofy for my liking. But my favorite aspect of the animation were the action animations. I liked how quick and fluid the movements were. It really seemed, well, like a video game. There's this scene early on where Peach is like wall jumping and running through an obstacle course and stuff, and it's like really fluid and fun to watch. The battle animations also incorporated actual references from the games. For example, Smash Bros. They have this one scene during the training montage where, haha, funny forward aerial, you may laugh now. The Bros so long gave Bowser him at the end, which the crowd popped off for. But yeah, I really liked the movement during the action scenes. There's one scene towards the end with Mario and Donkey Kong fighting a bunch of enemies together that reminded me of Super Mario Bros. Z's battle, with one character fighting in the background and another in the foreground. Since the animation for this movie was produced by Americans, I think there's an actual chance that they've seen SMBZ and been inspired for that choreography. Probably a very small chance, but a chance nonetheless. That being said, I do feel that the fight sometimes relied too heavily on the slow down for important moments thing that animated movies love doing, especially with the characters saying something in slow motion as it happens. I'm not a huge fan of this trend, but again, it's an animated kids movie. What can you do? The fights do make amazing use of the elements of the Mario world, including power-ups from all over the series, as well as certain references. Like, for example, on the Rainbow Road scene, Mario hits the Ultra Shortcut from Mario Kart 64, and I don't know if that was an intentional reference, it's probably not, but I'd like to think that it is. There was this one really well animated scene with Luigi and a bunch of dry bones that actually made things kind of scary. For like, I wasn't scared, but like if I were a kid and I had just gotten into Mario, that would have terrified me. Speaking of scenes, a fucking incredible part of this movie was the environments. The artists and animators perfectly captured the spirit of the Mario franchise, from the dark, haunted natures of Bowser's territory, to the bustling metropolis set with the castle as the centerpiece of the Mushroom Kingdom, to the tropical paradise that is the Kong's territory, to the downright stunning set pieces of Rainbow Road, and especially the scene with all the fire flowers. There's even locations that are references, like Bomb Battlefield and Tostarena. It's just, the world of this movie seems amazing, and an actual place that I'd want to live. Next up, the dialogue, mostly the humor. It's a kid's movie, so I wasn't coming out of it expecting to laugh, and I didn't really laugh that much at the actual intentional jokes. There were a few good jokes, like I liked the ongoing rivalry between Mario and DK, but there were also a whole bunch of stinkers. There's one scene just before Mario enters the castle where the Toad Guards are outside and Mario is like, I need to visit the princess. And the guard toad is like, oh, the princess? She's in another castle! And I audibly groaned when that line was said. I mean, I should have expected it, but come on, it's such a low-hanging fruit. Funniest part of this movie, for me, was again completely unintentional. At the end, Bowser is shrunk by a mini mushroom and put into a jar. Yeah, I get that happens in the credits of 3D World, but come on. My favorite intentional joke in the movie is probably when Bowser is having like a rave party and there's like a live rock concert and they're playing this song, literally directly ripped from the game, not remixed or anything, just the actual song. I found that funny. Next, we're going to go into probably the most controversial part of this movie, the voice acting. I honestly don't know if showing off the bombshell that was Chris Pratt as Mario without any clips of the voice or the movie as the first thing we learned about this movie was a brilliant marketing decision or a terrible one. It got everyone talking about the movie, albeit in a negative light, but that made the actual reveal of the footage of the movie that much better because everyone was expecting so much worse. Was it intentional? It'd be really funny if it was. Anyway, for the actual performances, it's not bad. Chris Pratt's Mario is honestly an okay take on the character. He does slip back into his Chris Pratt voice instead of his Brooklyn Mario voice a lot, especially when he says, "Let's go." But when he's on point, he's on point. Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Keegan-Michael Key, and especially Jack Black do phenomenal jobs as their characters. And then we come to the Kongs. For DK, he just sounds like Seth Rogen. Hearing the Donkey Kong do the Seth Rogen laugh was an out-of-body experience. But I don't know, I just think it doesn't sound like DK. Same with Cranky Kong. I think that Cranky is easily the worst voice in the movie. It sounds nothing like you'd expect him to sound like, but he doesn't get as much screen time and dialogue as DK, so it's not as annoying for me. Next, let's go through each of the characters in order and talk about their characterization. Mario is okay. He's kind of a bland protagonist, with Peach kind of being the center point of the story in my opinion, but Mario's okay. I don't like how he calls Luigi Lou. I think it's a stupid nickname, but that's just a minor nitpick. Honestly, Mario is kind of like he is in the sports games. Jack of all trades, but a master of none. He's not an offensively bad character. He's perfectly fine, but he's not interesting. Peach is fucking incredible. If you know me, you know that Peach is my favorite Mario princess, but only in Strikers and in the RPGs. So having a girl boss representation of Peach is fucking sick. And it's everything I wanted out of Peach in this movie. That being said, there's a heavy implication of Mario and Peach being a thing, and I really don't like that, especially with the end of Odyssey. There's also the reveal that Peach came from another world. They never reveal which world, but I would bet money that it's probably the same world that Mario comes from. And I don't want that to be the case, because that seems like a boring answer to me. Honestly though, all in all, Peach is probably my favorite character in this movie. It was fun to watch a sassy, confident Peach for once. Luigi was a great character too. They portrayed him perfectly. His fear, his scared nature, but also his intense love and respect for his older brother. They really get the bond of the bros done so well in this movie in a way I haven't seen since the Mario and Luigi series. It's one of the core themes of this movie, and I hope that this movie does something to ease the Mario hates Luigi and is a sociopath theories. I do wish that Luigi got a bit more screen time, but his big moment of saving Mario at the end and also participating in the final fight makes up for it. Next up, Bowser. In the opening scene, he was great, a good balance between menacing and goofy. However, during the rest of the movie, he's a bit too goofy. They really hammer home the Bowser wants to marry Peach thing, which yeah, was the whole plot of Odyssey, but I feel like in the games prior to Galaxy 2, Bowser's goal was different, more being focused on beating Mario and taking over the kingdom, which Bowser does do a bit of here, but it's overshadowed by his love for Peach. I'd have liked it more if Bowser had acted more like he does in the RPGs, and I know comparing the RPGs to games that Shigeru Miyamoto had more control over, like the mainline series, is not a fair comparison, but still, I'd like to see it, since Bowser has actual dialogue in this movie, if he was more like his counterpart in the RPGs, where he's an incredibly goofy villain still, but he also knows how to be menacing. My favorite example of this is in Mario & Luigi Dream Team. Towards the end, everyone's expecting Bowser to be betrayed by Phantasma, but Bowser turns it on its head, betraying Phantasma and becoming the final boss of the game by himself, which I think is an incredibly good look for the normally goofy Koopa King. Next up, DK. He's okay. He's mostly just used for comic relief, and while he does get a pretty cool and honestly funny rivalry arc with Mario where they eventually grow to respect each other, I feel like DK got way too much screen time, especially compared to other characters like Luigi. Finally, I want to touch on this stupid fucking Luma. This is the worst character in the movie. First of all, it's not funny in the slightest. It's just, haha, cute thing is existential. Isn't that so goofy? Haha, not funny, didn't laugh. But honestly, I had high hopes for this stupid fucking Luma. The Luma's presence, as well as the one line from Peach where she says, there's so many galaxies out there, specifically using the word galaxies, I was expecting a Rosalina post-credit scene, and while there was a post-credit scene that hinting that Yoshi is going to be in a sequel, I really thought that Rosalina would be hinted at. But no, the Luma was just there, was unfunny, took up too much screen time, and did nothing to serve the plot. Why is the Luma in the movie? What is the point of it? Also, probably my least favorite part of the movie is the use of pop culture songs. I don't like them, especially because there's already so many Mario songs remixed for the movie and so many more to pick from. I don't understand the need to include Take On Me and I Need a Hero when they could have easily been replaced with something from the Mario series. Kind of cringe, but the vast amount of references in Mario-related music and other Nintendo-related things makes up for it. Hey, I'm adding this in post because I just learned that they had Mario music in the soundtrack and ready to go for those scenes, including a really good remix of some Donkey Kong music for the scene where Take On Me plays. But someone at Illumination decided to replace it with pop culture music. Why? Here are some of my favorite non-musical references that I enjoyed. First of all, Mario's playing Kid Icarus in one of the opening scenes, and that's fucking incredible, but also sad, because where is Uprising 2? Foreman Spike was a cool deep cut reference. He even had the Wrecking Crew logo on his hat. Pauline showed up as the mayor of Brooklyn, and in the scenes with the Kongs, there's so many deep cut references. Like, holy shit, DK, Chunky's alive! I also like how the references, both in terms of music and non-music, didn't stick to just the original Super Mario Bros., which I was expecting the movie to do when it was first revealed. But instead, there's references to things all over the series, like 3D World's cat suits and clear pipes, SMB3's Tanuki suit, and the new Super Mario Bros. Series Ice Flower. There's a point where Luigi's phone rings and it's the GameCube intro, that's pretty cool, and Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, and Baby Peach all get shown in flashbacks, which I thought was pretty cool because they look like they do in the games. Wow. Can't wait for baby Rosalina to get her turn on the big screen. Charles Martinet voices a cameo character who is actually Jumpman from the Donkey Kong arcade games. That means that Mario and Jumpman are two different characters. MatPat was right.
That Mario the Carpenter Jumpman and Mario the Plumber Super Mario aren't actually the same person.
Now we get to my favorite part of the movie, which is the music outside of the licensed songs. First of all, one of the first songs in the movie is a new remix of the fucking Mario Super Show theme, which, like, some of my founding memories were watching a DVD of that show in the backseat of my mom's minivan on a road trip. So that's fucking incredible. They used the DK rap when they introduced DK. Grant Kirkhope is uncredited in the credits, which is kinda scummy, but the sheer euphoria when this song started playing was fucking incredible. I fucking love that shit. Bowser gets his own original mini power ballad about how much he loves Peach. It's fucking terrible, but it's supposed to be, and I love it so much for it. Jack Black goes fucking in on the vocals for that shit. Of course, all throughout the soundtrack, there are orchestrated versions of songs from throughout the series. The Super Mario Bros. Theme worms its way into the soundtrack all the time, and of course we get the 1-2 song for when the Bros first enter the pipes. But we also get references to so many other songs. I made a list during the movie. Here it is. We get references to Mario 64's Peach's Castle theme when Peach's Castle is first shown. We get the Bomb on Battlefield theme as well. We get Captain Toad's theme from Galaxy and the Overworld theme from Mario Bros. 3 and World. Of course, there's the Star theme when they get the star. There's the one song from Bowser's Fury that I mentioned, the Fury Bowser song. For when they're building the carts, there's the Mario Kart 8 menu theme. Although the Mario Kart Wii menu theme is more iconic in my opinion, the kart building was based off of 8, so it makes the most sense. We get the SNES Rainbow Road theme when they first get on Rainbow Road. There's a remix of the theme from Mario Bros. 2 USA. There's the Donkey Kong Country theme and Fossil Falls from Super Mario Odyssey. And they even throw a Ba from New Soup in there, which I can play for good measure, because it's from a trailer. Wait, the fucking... I heard that shit! I heard that shit! You can't sneak the Ba past me, Nintendo! But by far, my favorite musical callback was in the end credits. The end credits theme is a medley of all sorts of Mario songs, and the very last song in that medley is Gusty Garden Galaxy. And when that played in theaters, I fucking popped off. Like, I didn't expect them to play it, but it's such an iconic song for me personally, because the Wii was the first console I owned, and I grew up with games like Mario Kart Wii and Mario Galaxy 1. It's just, wow. All in all, I really enjoyed the Mario movie. It was a lot of fun, but if you aren't a Mario fan, I can see why you wouldn't like it as much. The movie is essentially a giant love letter to Mario fans. If you go in expecting a good plot, you won't get it, but if you go in expecting a fun Mario romp, that's exactly what you're gonna get. And for that, I give the movie a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching this video, and if any Nintendo execs are watching, please release a new Mario 3D platformer. Please, it's been so long, I'm starving, I need more Mario.